We are a PEG access station. One channel is specifically dedicated towards public use, meaning anybody can produce a video within a set of guidelines and air it on MVTV, and you sign a contract with us stating that you have the rights to air the content that you have either produced or acquired somehow. There's the education channel, which we use for primarily sports, and we also have the Annenberg satellite network, but it's also open to any teacher that would like to teach a class to the community. We run football games, basketball games, hockey games, all sorts of high school sports, very well watched, very well liked. And then we have government, which is also a separate channel. So we're channels 13, 14, and 15. 15 being the government channel, where we videotape approximately 800 hours a year of various regional and town government. And it's gavel-to-gavel coverage, which means that whatever happens between the time the selectman or the governmental body gavels in to whatever time they gavel out, that's what we cover. Our mission is to allow people to produce whatever they would like to produce as members of the community. Now, I'm exaggerating here, but you could, for instance, point the camera at the ferry dock and roll it for 2 hours. I'll play that. You know, Plum, I would doubt that they would play that, but you know, it's their choice. Where in our case, it's not our choice. It's the members of the station or in the community choice about what's going to go on the air. Last year, we had 365 or 85 programs locally produced by members of our station. So about 7 years ago now, nobody knew much about anything. I was a video producer, just private, and Nancy Richard from Plymouth TV, PAC TV, came down and showed us a video and explained what public access was, similar to what I'm doing here. And a core group of us got together and formed a sort of an ad hoc group. And there was probably about 5 to 10 of us, you know, and with the interest of forming a public access corporation. So we all got together, anybody was invited, anybody could join this group because, you know, we're there for the general public. And we formed a committee. We got some seed money to get a lawyer to form a nonprofit corporation. Now, there's several ways that people do this. People do it sometimes through the municipality, sometimes do it through the cable company, and sometimes people do it through a public access corporation nonprofit. To me, that by far and away is the best way of doing it. You have people, members of the community, who will eventually join your board, who control the station, not the government entity, not the cable company. You don't want any of those people to control it. You want people to control it who will do the right thing, who have, you know, and some of our board members, for instance, never produced a show. We have a couple of lawyers that just have a public interest in this. We have some arts people that don't particularly do video, but they, you know, participate in our board and give their input. And our board has so far made excellent decisions. We have also some producers on our board, and also we have a selectman on our board. Plum TV and MVTV actually get along very well here on Martha's Vineyard because Plum is a commercial television station. They depend on commercials and such for their funding and for them to go on, just like any other commercial television station. MVTV depends on Comcast collecting money on our behalf so that we can allow members of the public to utilize our equipment. It doesn't have to be good. We do not judge it. It's whatever members of the public want to put on TV. You can think of us as a soapbox. In addition, we also cover government meetings in a gavel-to-gavel fashion, as I explained earlier. We had a committee called the Cable Advisory Committee, which had nothing to do with MVTV other than they had heard about and they negotiated for our existence. And that was very important. It was also very important, since we're a 9,000 subscriber base, to get the highest percentage allowable by law, which is 5%, in order to give us the proper funding so that we could do all this community activity and not have to be scratching for money every, all the time. So we are well funded. We are properly funded. We're not overfunded. We're properly funded to do what we do. We have a staff of 3, myself as general manager. I have a training and operations person, Carl Holt, and we have one person that answers the phone, does scheduling, office managerial type stuff. We have a mobile production trailer that can go do live events in various points on the island. The cable company can basically put a wire in a place where you can just plug in. It looks just like a little cable wire, just a normal cable wire that you'd never know the difference, but it allows us to plug in and air from that remote location live. And all that was negotiated by the Cable Advisory Committee. So we actually negotiated with Comcast. We have 29 drops. Now, Nantucket probably wouldn't need that many, but you certainly would want one on the harbor. You certainly want one on Main Street. You certainly want one in the high school, the town hall, and places like that. And all that was negotiated by the Cable Advisory Committee. That's what we call our committee. And once they sign the deal with Comcast, they basically go away for 10 years. Okay, so as a member of MVTV, you can come in and make your own TV show, and there's a variety of ways that can be done. Many people start with absolutely no knowledge, and that's absolutely fine. We have a training program on how to use camera equipment and how to acquire good audio. Then we train people on how to edit. We have both Mac and PC, depending on the platform that you're more comfortable with. We will teach you how to take your show and make it make sense. And then we have Channel 13, where the show can air so that the members of your community can see what you've produced. And it could be anything. It could be politics, cooking shows, how-to, anything like that.
Hi, my name is Ann Bassett, and I'm coming to you at the moment from MVTV, Community Access Television here on Martha's Vineyard. I have a program called the Vineyard View, which shows once a week on MVTV. It's a mirror on the community, if you will. We have so many creative people here on the island, and I have a chance to give them a platform, to have them talk about their creative process. I also get to do a number of artistic shorts, little photo essays on the island, the richness of the beauty that's around us. All of this is made possible by MVTV. And I encourage any community to have a community access television station, not only for the government programs, which are so important to let people know what's going on in their own towns, but also for entertainment, for music, for the arts. I can't tell you how wonderful an opportunity it is to be either in front of the camera or behind the camera. And again, what a mirror it is on the community for the community.
And then there's a big advantage to this kind of a system for the education. We have the school right next door here, and these kids can participate in using the equipment and producing programs and all sorts of things like that.
It's really good in a lot of things. I think it's necessary. I think it's wholesome. I think it brings a total light to the community. I think it gives people a platform in which to speak, whether you agree with them or not.
It is so good having your own station, right, without ads. Public television is the way to go. So I hope as a community in Nantucket you're able to do this. It's really important. We love it here.
So people walk in the door, they're all treated equally, whether they're millionaires or whether they have no money at all. In fact, we'll waive our fee. If I'm reasonably sure the person can't afford $25 a year, no problem, waive the fee. It's not about the money here, it's about people's ability to communicate with their community.